Moda ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechezarta b'nishmati b'chemla, rabba emunatecha, rabba emunatecha. If you have access to a prayer book, we are on page 186. If you are using the Mishkan Tefillah flip book, which is online, and is there a link to that somewhere?
There is. It should be on our Facebook page, on the website, and also will be on the stream in the comments in just a minute.
Okay, so the link for the Mishkan Tefillah flip book, which is online, is on our Facebook page, on our website, and it will in a moment be in the comments of this live stream. And in the flip book, we are on page 86. Moda ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechezarta b'nishmati b'chemla, rabba emunatecha, rabba emunatecha. This is a very unusual kind of Shabbat because you're not here in the same room with me and I am not in the same room with you. And that's strange and it's hard, but what we are doing is holy because we are keeping each other safe by keeping each other physically separate. So I hope that you'll feel that you can join in and know that I am imagining you sitting here in the sanctuary. For those who are wearing a talit today, page 190 or page 90 in the flip book. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kibishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahitatef batzitzit. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov chastecha Ma tovu 95 or 95 in the flip book. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware, we would lack the strength to stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh kol basar umafli la'asot. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorani. 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 We sang Ma Tovu, how good are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel. And we are grateful today that we all have places where we can be. And then we went on to our bodies, and God willing, in this time when we are so afraid about illness, we are especially grateful for the condition that our bodies are in at this moment. And then we went to our souls. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. O God, the soul that you have given to me is pure. And so having done all that, we praise God with hallelujah. Hallelujah. It's page 218 if you have a physical prayer book, and it's the bracketed numbers if you have one of the prayer books with two sets of numbers. And in the flip book, well, I think it would be 118. Hallelujah, 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 bekocho, hallelujah, hallelujah, berkia uzo, hallelujah, 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 big burota, hallelujah, hallelujah, kerov good Lord, hallelujah, 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 beteka shofar, hallelujah, hallelujah, benevel bechinor, hallelujah, 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 betof umachol, hallelujah, hallelujah, beminim beuga, hallelujah, 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 betzil teleshama, hallelujah, hallelujah, betzil telechua, kol hanishama, kol hanishama tehalelia, kol hanishama tehalelia, kol hanishama tehalelia, hallelujah, kol hanishama tehalelia, hallelujah. Let everything that breathes praise God. Kol hanishama tehalelia. We turn to the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. If you would like to, I invite you to rise and face to the east. Ya 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 la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hameorot. Page 231, or I think 131 in the flip book. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. And light blinded, we saw that inner and outer worlds are one as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. The Shema is on page 232 or page 132 online. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ya la 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 נפשך ובכל מאודיך. יאללה 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 והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. יאללה 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 ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. יאללה 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 למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת. Page 239. Let's try reading responsibly. 139 in the flip book. The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else. May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn of war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart. The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor, asks God. We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy. Praise to God Most High. Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. Yabba bim bim bam, yabba bim bam, yabba bim bim bam, yabba bim bam. Ay 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 ay, yabba bim bam. Ay 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 ay, yabba bim bam. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati loro. Norati loro sefelle shirach hadasha shebchu gehulim l'shimcha sfat hayam yachad kulam hodumim lechu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed yabba bim bim bam yabba bim bam yabba bim bim bam yabba bim bam. Ay 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 yabba bim bam. Ay 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 yabba bim bam. The tefillah begins on page 242 or 142 in the online flip book.
It's actually 124 in the flip book.
Oh, it's actually 124 in the flip book. The pages in the flip book are very strange.
But the flip book does have the bracketed numbers as well, so people can reference the bracketed numbers. They are the same.
Yes, it does. It has the bracketed numbers as well, but if you're skipping pages, it's difficult because the numbers down at the bottom bear little relationship to the page numbers on the pages. So I've tracked some of them, which I'll give you when I have them, but I don't have all of them. Anyway, tefillah. If you would like, please rise and face to the east.
Shema,
Page 250 in the physical prayer book, at the top is Yismechu. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshe Shavi Shabbat, Kulam Yismehu v'yitangu metuvecha Shabbat. Yismehu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat, chemdad yamim, oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. Zecher l'maseh b'reshit Shabbat, Zecher l'maseh b'reshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomre, 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 Shabbat v'kore, oneg Shabbat. We turn to the next page. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant us your holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel, who sanctifies your name, rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Page 257. Please join me at the end of each section of the blessing, saying, Modim anachnu lach, we thank you. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations, Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons, Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements, Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression, Modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared, Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom, Modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose, Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha, chet v'chesed v'rachamim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amcha, sim shalom. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, sim shalom. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom. On the next two pages, 260 and 261 in the book, we continue quietly, using the words on the page if the page is in front of us, or we can always use the words that are in our own hearts. May the words of our mouths and the meditations in our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O God, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. We turn now to our Torah service. In the online flip book, it is page 262. In the physical actual Siddur, it is page 362. You may choose to rise. En kamocha Elohim Adonai ben kemahas Feels strange not to carry the Torah around the sanctuary, but there's not really any point, right? Okay. So we are going to do one aliyah today, and I would like to invite to join me in the blessing over the Torah reading any of you who feel in this moment a need for connection, a need to connect to something greater than yourself. So if that's you today, please join me in the blessing before the reading of the Torah. Baruch hu et Adonai havarach, Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah. Amen. V'daber Adonai el Moshe lemor, ki tisa Et rosh b'nei Yisrael, livkudehem v'natnu ish Ki fer nafsho l'Adonai bivkod otam v'lo yeh bahem negef bivkod otam zen yitnu kol ha'over al ha'pekudim machatzit ha'shekel b'shekel ha'kodesh esrim gerah ha'shekel machatzit ha'shekel truma l'Adonai. And we join together in the blessing after. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. And for all of those who participated in that aliyah, for you, Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu v'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you in your need today, in your need for a feeling of connection to something bigger than yourself. May you find that sense of connection. May you not feel lonely. And may you always feel that someone is with you, someone is thinking of you. Amen. We turn our thoughts now to those among us and those in our hearts who are ill and who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, or of spirit. Our Misha Berach is on page 371 in the prayer book. I am not sure what page it is in the flip book. This morning we hold in our thoughts and in our hearts for healing Shirley Hyatt, Robert Serpico, Evelyn Urbano, Jesse Sakharov, Ronnie Turek, Ira Weiss, Elaine Drucker, Alan Fremer, Emma Rose Tuttleman-Kriegler, Bradford Morrow, Susan Bilecki, Michael Luck, Nathan Aaron Robbins, Andrew Mazzella, Linda Feller, Shelley Oken, Alana Berger, Marianne Pandolfo, and Jeffrey Levinson. I invited you to email me names that you wanted to add, so these are the names that you sent in. Susan Sisler asked that we add Dolores Weinberger, Ingrid Grosso, Roberta Gotthelf, Audrey Cohen, and Fran Sisler. Jamie and Karen Orenstein asked that we add Ray Deary, Jack Weinstein, David Barron, Henriette Hutushki, and Andrew Clapper. Diane and Lester Schenker add Max Braxmajor. Ellen Rothstein adds Peter Levy, Robert Donnellan, Rebecca Rothstein, Helen Polk, and Bambi Polk. Linda Horowitz adds Sandy Alphonse and Shelley Silverstein. Rita Landberg adds George Landberg. Jennifer Tattenbaum adds Jessica Ramsey and Stacy Freed. Pam Glansman adds Andy Glansman, Ira and Deanna Roth, and Samuel Francis Owen Strain. Linda Feller adds Annie Nusimovici, Michelle Nusimovici, and herself, Linda Feller. Jan Hutner adds Max Lukowitz. Liz Fisher adds Jeremy Brown. Charlotte Russell adds Roberta Robkin, Paula Strumpf, and Barry Strumpf. And Linda Kushner-Silverman adds herself and Stanley Tenen. We also include all of those who currently have coronavirus, those who are suffering from the effects of what we are doing to mitigate coronavirus, and those who have been hurt in other recent disasters, both natural and human created. Page 371 in the middle.
Find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishavera imotenu mekor habracha. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. On this day, I would like to add another prayer specifically for healing from coronavirus, written by Alden Solovey. Source of healing, cast the light of health and well-being on those who have been exposed to coronavirus, those who have contracted the disease, and those, God forbid, who contract the disease in the future. Bless them, protect them, and bring them speedily to full recovery. Bless all who are ill with healing of body, healing of soul, and healing of spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, makor chayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of life. I invite you to rise if you choose to honor the Torah. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Torah, 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 Simad lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Simad lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Simad lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Simad lanu Moshe. If you are standing, you may be seated. Shabbat Shalom. So I want to just reiterate how strange it is to be in this situation, how unusual. What we're going through right now as a community, as a city, as a country, and as a world is different from anything most of us have ever experienced before. There are some epidemiologists who have worked with malaria outbreaks or other outbreaks of infectious disease for whom this is more familiar, but I'm not one of those, and so this feels so odd. In a matter of what seems like just a few weeks, we've been inundated with information that is often confusing and changing all the time, and in many ways our worlds have been turned upside down. It's not just strange, it's sad and it's hard, and I hope it won't be for long. I do want to say that in the past couple of days, since we made the decision to cancel all in-person gatherings and move as much as we could online, I've received messages from a number of you in support of that decision and expressing your caring about me personally. And I just want to thank you for that, because I do feel very much held by the community and supported by the community. And I want to give that support also back to you and let you know that I'm thinking about you all the time. And in this moment when I'm in the sanctuary with only one other person, my husband Mike, who's my producer, I'm imagining you here with me. And I know that for some of you it seems like people are overreacting. The number of cases in this country still isn't very large, and for many the symptoms of the virus are not too severe. But the experts, infectious disease doctors, the CDC, the World Health Organization, say that this is the right approach. And so for a while we're being asked to live in a way that's hard and that hurts and that we're not used to. And we don't know for how long, and we don't know what comes next. Our Torah portion this week that I read a little bit of is Ki Tisa. The Israelites are at Mount Sinai, and Moses has been up on that mountain alone, talking to God, listening to God for many days. We know that, but the Israelites don't. The Israelites saw him go up that mountain into the fire and not come back. And they conclude that he's probably not coming back. Moses' brother Aaron has been left in charge, and they gather against him. And he capitulates to them really quite quickly and creates the golden calf. They demand a God to lead them through the wilderness. And so they get the golden calf. We know that this was a bad idea. And it's easy to condemn the Israelites for it. And Moses, when he comes down from the mountain, certainly is absolutely furious with them, so angry that he shatters the set of tablets God gave him with the law carved on them with God's own finger. But in the times we're in right now, it might not be so hard to imagine ourselves in the Israelites' shoes or their sandals. They lived all their lives as slaves in Egypt. It was terrible, but they knew what to expect. They understood how their world worked. Then, after a whirlwind of plagues, signs, and wonders, they're now in the wilderness. It's a new place, new circumstances, a new kind of life that is just beginning to be defined. And the person they've been following, that they've been depending on for information and instruction, seems to be gone for good. Sometimes people who are afraid make bad decisions, and sometimes they make very bad decisions. Here we are now, in a new situation, watching the stock market fall, having business travel canceled, seeing empty restaurants and subways and crowded stores with empty shelves that used to hold toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Some of us are working from home. Some of us are losing our jobs or losing work if we are performers or contract workers. A performer and educator I know in Israel says he will likely lose 2/3 of his income this year, as performances are already being canceled. Some schools have closed. We don't know what's going to happen. This new way of living our lives has only begun to be defined. A lot of people are afraid. And sometimes people who are afraid make bad decisions. The thing about the Israelites is that they didn't know it was a bad decision when they made it. They thought it was a good decision. It was only in retrospect that it turned out to be a very bad one. And that's a thing for us too. We are in the middle of this, and it's really hard to know what's a good decision and what isn't. So I'd like to offer a few principles that I think can help us to make good decisions even when we're confused and afraid. First, listen to experts. Check sources before you share information and make sure the information is correct. Follow the advice of the CDC and the World Health Organization, any infectious disease doctors that you may know, and city governments. Don't follow the advice of a random friend of a friend on Facebook who tells you that a hot bath kills the virus, which it definitely does not. Second, consider your needs as well as the needs of those whose circumstances are different. We know that those who are immunocompromised or elderly are at greater risk of having severe symptoms from the virus. We'll make better decisions when we are thinking about the needs of the people around us as well as our own. Third, let's recognize that we have to make decisions. We have to decide what to do. And for a while, we actually won't know whether our decisions will have a good outcome or not. And also, there's generally a range of decisions that are all okay. There's rarely one right and one wrong. When we make the best decisions we can with the information that's available to us, let's have compassion for ourselves and for others, regardless of the outcome. We are all doing the best that we can. Finally, we should do the best that we can to make our decisions based on evidence and not out of fear. It can be so hard to separate those two, but we have to try. And let's recognize how hard the decisions are to make. The impact on the economy is already being felt of all of the closures and the social distancing. Deciding what to cancel and what to close is a matter of weighing different kinds of damage to people's lives. There's not one way that will cause damage and one way that won't. There's damage both ways. And so people are trying to decide what will cause the least damage or the most manageable damage. One really salient example of this is the question of whether to keep public schools open or close them. And this is an incredibly difficult decision because it's a matter of life or death either way. So many children and families depend on the schools for food and for childcare. And at the same time, if kids stay in school, the virus could spread more. So let's have understanding for those on whom the weight of these kinds of decisions lands. We hope and pray that the measures we are taking will indeed slow the spread of the virus so that everyone who needs medical attention can get it and our hospitals are not overwhelmed. We, as a synagogue community, are doing our part. So let's recognize the holiness of that, the way that we are contributing to pikuach nefesh, one of the most important commandments, the most important mitzvot, saving lives. We are acting using the best information we have. We are not acting out of panic or fear, as the Israelites did. Let's continue to support one another, even when we're physically apart. I am thinking about all of you with love. Please reach out to me if you want to or if you need to. May we be blessed with the feeling of being together even while we're not together in person. May we act with wisdom, and may we remain healthy and safe. Amen and Shabbat Shalom. We're going to turn now to the Haftarah, which I did not turn to yet, so I have to turn to it. Doing everything myself is thirsty work. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nbiim tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habochem b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael The Haftarah for Ki Tisa comes from 1 Kings chapter 18. If you happen to have a Plout commentary, it's page 722. Much later, in the 3rd year, the word of the Eternal came to Elijah. Go, appear before Ahab, then I will send rain upon the earth. Thereupon Elijah set out to appear before Ahab. The famine was severe in Samaria. Ahab had summoned Obadiah, the steward of the palace. Obadiah revered the Eternal greatly. When Jezebel was killing off the prophets of the Eternal, Obadiah had taken 100 prophets and hidden them, 50 to a cave, and provided them with food and drink. And Ahab said to Obadiah, Go through the land to all the springs of water and to all the wadis. Perhaps we shall find some grass to keep horses and mules alive, so that we are not left without beasts. They divided the country between them to explore it, Ahab going alone in one direction and Obadiah going alone in another direction. I think we're going to stop there. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol haolamim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'oseh ha'medaber u'mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha v'limnucha, lechavod u'tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach u'mvarchim otach, yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol chai, tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. We're going to return the Torah to the ark. Yahalalu et Shem Adonai ki nisgav shemo levado. Let us praise the name of Adonai, for God's name alone is exalted. Hodo al eretz v'shamayim v'yarem keren le'amo tehila lechon chasi מחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מאושר, דרכיה דרכי אלוהים, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. קדש, קדש ימינו, קדש ימינו כקדם. We turn to the Aleinu, page 586. In the online flip book, it's page 300. We're going to do the one at the top of the page. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה לעצב ראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ, ובראשם יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו עליון, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us, our loved ones who have died in the past days or weeks or months, or in past years at this time of the year. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598 in the physical book, and in the online flip book, it's on page 312. We remember those who have died in the past year. Bess Newman, Buzz Lorch, Edward Albino, Joseph Davis, Jerry Charon, Gary Zeitlin, Sean Devlin, David Levy, Lenny Drucker, Beverly Tredinick, Evelyn Pincus, Rita Spiro, Beatrice B.J. Jacobs, Melvin Jorgrau, Gloria Katzen, Lorraine Elner, Amanda Corwin, Mel Paul, Nigel Grant, Benjamin Resnick, Robin Silverman, Jeanette Zarrow, Claire Strauss, Roberta Kessman, Joshua Steiner, Andrew M. Cohen, Neda Albright, Roz Kirschenbaum, Robert Pincus, Frida Schreiber, Mark Koser, Jacques Rosanpique. On our yahrzeit list this week, George Landberg's mother, Jean Landberg, Karen Wilco's grandfather, Samuel Levy, Freema Schneier's sister, Marcia Miller, Yvette Pomerantz's mother, Estelle Pomerantz, Maxine Resnick's father, Harold Resnick, Gina Anderson's father, J. Kenneth Schachter, Phyllis Schweiger's father, William Schenken, and Harvey Wang's mother, Edna Wang. Jamie Orenstein asked that we add Alicia Daniels. Janice asked that we add Harold Rubin. Ellen Rothstein asked that we add Sheila Catan, Patty Byhoff, Abe Levine, Dr. Mark Leibowitz, Dr. Tina Polk, and Dr. Austin Schlecker. And Deb Lorber asked us to remember Bernard Lorber. I'd like to invite you to say aloud the names of anyone else for whom you're saying the Mourner's Kaddish today.
Thea Bryce.
Please participate in the Kaddish in whatever way is comfortable for you. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah, be'almad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv yimru, amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei al-maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved wherever you may be. And let us say amen. Oseh shalom, shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimru, amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, amen. A few announcements, because what's a service without announcements, whether you're here in person or not? Well, as we have communicated already, we're not gathering in person these days, so there won't be any Israeli dance or afternoon Torah study or Tat Shabbat this week. We are working on moving things online, so you're going to be getting information about that. Services will continue to be on this channel next weekend, and we're going to keep you updated as the situation evolves. So we will see what happens. So I think that's it. I'd like to invite you to rise. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift God's face toward you and give you peace. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Go wash your hands.